Are you? There we go. All right. So we are here. We are Facebook Live. Me and my lovely, handsome husband, Mr. Millionaire Jarrell Jones. Usually, I know you guys are usually seeing me and Miss Verna on here, and we're gonna get back to going. And we have actually started back getting ready to get back on these lives and spread this amazing information. So we definitely want to get on here because I have posted, we talked about Forex and trading. We get a lot, him and I get a lot of questions as far as like, what is Forex? Lately, we've been getting a lot of things, messages, DMs about, wanting to learn how to trade, wanting to understand what we are actually doing. People see a lot of the charts. He has definitely been killing it with the charts that he's been posting up. I just am amazed by all of the information that he's able to share and able to spread. So we definitely wanted to kind of hop on here and just kind of do something from the two of us and both of us, because our journey has been together with Forex, but not always together. So like he introduced it to me. Let me just tell you a little bit about myself. I know people know who I am. People know that I've been trading for about 4 years, but definitely he's the one who introduced it to me. He is the one that actually brought it to my attention, brought it to me about 4 years ago. 4 years, about 4 years ago or so. Of course, I was doing what everybody wanted me to do. I did, I went to school, went back to school, went back to school, and went back to school, right? So definitely had a great job at the time, but wanted to climb the ladder of success, thinking I was going to be able to do it that way, being a therapist and being everything, all of those great things with my degree and all those things. But of course, he brought opportunity to me, and I was just like, oh, let me see what you're talking about. Because anytime that he did bring something to my attention, I always paid attention. I always listened, because he definitely always had a great, business mind. So I said, okay, let me just see what you're talking about. And when he brought it to me, I was just like, I don't believe in this. Like, nobody can make money from their phone. It doesn't make any sense to me. So I was like, I don't know nothing about this. And typically, when I don't understand something, I think a lot of people do that. When they don't understand something, they just don't like it. They don't agree with it. So I just kind of left it alone. And so time went on, and I actually saw him turn 30 cents to $18 from his phone. And I was like, hold on. In my sleep, right? He was in his sleep. So I was like, wait a minute, hold on. I was like, wait, you did what? You turned, So you turned 30 cents to $18. How are you able to do that? So he was like, man, I told you I've been trading this deal. That's what he kept calling me. Man, I got this deal. I got this deal. And I was like, man, I don't know about this deal, but let me see a little bit more about this deal. And so I was introduced to his mentor, and of course, the rest is history. We'll go a little bit deeper into that. But the thing was, I was not even understanding what I couldn't even understand what it was. And so when somebody brought it to him, he brought it to me because the information was amazing. He was able to grow money in his sleep. And so I've always heard that, like, man, if you can make money, if you can grow money in your sleep, then you're winning. Like, that's the main thing that we want to do. We want to be able to be financially free. So when we can create ways to make money in our sleep, then you got something. And so when I saw that, I was like, okay, what do I have to do to learn how to do this? Like, will it take away from my job? Will it take away from whatever? So once I actually got with a mentor, of course, we have our mentor, Clarence Gallon Jr., who's based out of Houston, Texas, but he's in Las Vegas right now. But once we got with our mentor, we learned this amazing system that he created. I was like, man, hold on, like, this is taking it to a whole nother level. But I wanted to get on here. We wanted to get on here to share information because he shared the information with me. When he shared the information with me, I was blown away from it because I didn't even know anything about it. I was 30 plus years. I was 30, man, I think I was 36 at the time when it was brought to me or something like that. I can't remember my exact age, but I know that I was 30 plus years old and I had no idea that this skill set was around. So my introduction to Forex was through him. And once I learned how to do it, it just kind of took it to another level. So that was how my introduction to it, and you know what Forex is. So you want to tell yours?
I'm still learning about, I'm still kind of learning about all this technology and whatnot. Still trying to figure things out. I'm not a technology guy at all. And y'all gotta excuse her, man. She's from Louisiana. When she talks, she rambles, she goes on and on and on. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it's all good. So my whole deal was this. I know she was talking about y'all going to school and school and school. Anybody who knows me know that I'm not a big school guy. Like I'm not big on school. School is it's all right, yeah, but I'm not the guy who's just, hooray, I'm going for 16 more degrees. No, that's not who I am. And I got to be quite honest with you. If I didn't get a scholarship to play basketball, I wouldn't have went to school. Okay. And just like I was always the guy that looked for information. It's a lot more information that I can find other than going into someone's classroom. So I was in a place in my life where I was looking for something, and you know it often says whatever you're looking for is also looking for you, right? Spent some time in Mexico, a couple more places, and I was always a guy who was looking for investments, turning some money over, turning 1,000 into, I don't know, 1,800 or 1,800 into 3,000 and so on and so forth, right? But as far as the stock market, one of my good friends, mentor, brother also, Vince Evans, we used to sit down and we used to look at the stock market. And I made a little bit of money in the stock market deal, but when the stock market is going down, guess what? You lose. You can't help it. It's nothing that you can do about it. When the stock market going down, you don't have to look around. You don't have to say, oh, what's going on? No, you're losing. Okay. So when it's going up, you're winning. I like that part about the stock market, right? So as I was just digging deeper into investments and just trying to find a way, looking for a way to win further, I ended up. This is crazy. I was in a company where I was selling coffee, right? And a young lady who I know, her name is Jasmine Ayers, great friend of mine. Okay, I saw something on my Instagram. I was stuck in Charlotte, North Carolina. North Carolina. Flight delayed. And I saw her, she was at a big time function. And I said, man, let me see what she has going on. So I reached out to her. I said, man, what's going on? And she was like, man, have you ever heard of Forex? I said, I have not heard of Forex at all. I haven't. But I'm seeing all the hoorah. I want to see what you have going on. Okay, so long story short, she says, man, I'm flying to Houston on Monday. I said, fantastic. On Friday, I'll fly down. I'll sit with you. I want to see what you got going on. And when she opened up the computer, the first thing I said was, oh, this is some stocks. Because I was used to seeing the squiggly lines, the candles and all that. So I was like, oh, you're looking at some stocks. And she was like, no, this isn't stocks. I said, well, educate me on what you're looking at. And what was all the hoorah for? She was like, man, we basically turning just a little bit of money, pennies, dollars into amazing amount of money, right? So first things first, I'm from Jackson, Mississippi. Let's just keep that in mind. I'm from the Jackson, Mississippi, where people are trying to fast talk you, and you will get scammed. So the first thing that's coming from my head was, ain't no way I flew down here, man, for a scam. There's no way I flew down here for her to tell me, oh yeah, bro, you can do this. No. So I'm still listening. Okay. So the thing that I said, well, tell me this right here, because I knew who she was. I knew her. Who showed you this? And she was telling me about a bunch of names. And then she popped out a name and said, it's a young man. It's a young man that's making X amount of dollars a week. I can't tell you the amount, but it's a young man. I can tell you his name, Clarence Gatlin Jr. You can Google him. You can look him up on your Facebook or whatever, Clarence Gatlin Jr., okay? She says that, man, he's amazing. He's making X amount of dollars. So I say to her, that's the guy who I want to meet then. My whole attention has gone from me flying down to Houston, sitting down with her, to I want to meet this guy. And she tells me no one meets him. So in my head, I'm like, is he in the Wizard of Oz? Like, what do you mean no one meets him? So the whole thing about questions, I asked the right questions. I asked the right questions, and she said, yeah, he's from Houston, but now he stays in Vegas. Boom. I know somebody who stays in Vegas. I also know somebody who's from Houston. So I started to pick up the telephone, make some calls, and call. I called about 3 people. The third person I called was a brother by the name of Lanier Price. And I said, do you know this guy named Clarence Gatlin? He said, yeah, I know him. I said, I got to meet him. I got to sit down with him. Boom. He says to me, what's it about? Is it about some Forex stuff? I said, yeah, man, it's crazy that you say that. Yeah, it is. I want to know about this money. Okay. I want to actually see about it and know about it.
Right.
Fantastic. He calls him because he's actually flying up to Vegas. He tells Clarence Gatlin, man, I got somebody who wants to meet you. Boom, boom. And next thing I knew, guess what, man? I was catching a flight up to Vegas because the X amount of dollars that she was telling me that a man 30 years old was making a week was just astounding. It was mind blowing. I don't even think he was 30. He wasn't even 30 yet, was he? I don't even think he was 30. Basically, hey, he was a millionaire before 30. Okay, and the X amount of dollars that she was saying that he was making, how I'm grabbing my head right now, that's the same thing. I was like, no, there's just no way. So I wanted to fly up. I caught a flight to go up and meet a stranger. True story. If y'all reach out to him on Facebook, ask him about Jewel Jones' story, he'll say, yeah, man, he did that. Flew up to meet a stranger. Sat down with the man. And the first thing I said to him was the same thing. Listen, man, I'm from Mississippi, right? I want to fly up here and look you in the eye to see if this is a lie. And one simple thing that he said to me, he said, man, can I teach you how to turn 10 cents into $1? Now, just stay right there for a second. The man said, can I teach you how to turn 10 cents into $1? Now, $1 may not mean nothing to you. 10 cents may not mean nothing to you. But my mother was a banker. My father is an accountant, okay? I knew numbers. I knew what was going on with that. So when he said 10 cents to $1, first thing that came to my mind, dude, if you can show me how to turn 10 cents into $1, you can show me how to do $1 to 100. His head shook. So I can turn 100 into 1,000. Yeah. And you're going to teach me this. I was always, see, the whole thing about learning something, whatever you learn how to do, you can earn. Just take the L off, right? Learn and earn. Whatever you learn how to do, you can earn money from it. So I was willing to sit there and have a young man who's not even 30 yet to say, you know what, man, let me sit down because I want what he has. I want that kind of freedom. I want that kind of knowledge. I didn't sit there and say, well, what's your credibility? Yeah. I didn't sit there and say that. I like, you're gonna teach me this, so you're gonna teach me this. Okay, cool. So the whole thing about learning from someone is you got to put the whole thing on them. I told him, I'm gonna do everything you say. So if it don't work, guess what? I'm gonna blame you. I'm not gonna blame myself. I'm gonna do everything that you say. If it doesn't work, I'm gonna blame you. Okay? I did everything he said do. I did everything he said do. Guess what? The first thing he said do was, I need you to practice on some money. So that kind of took me for a whole doozy. You want me to practice on getting money. You want me to get some fake money, right? Yeah, I want you to go and practice. I want you to go and get some fake money first. But I got a child. You want me to get some fake money, right? You want me to get some fake money. All right. Now, I don't know about y'all, but you can't spend fake money at Ruth Chris. You can't spend fake money at Chick-fil-A. Nowhere. Like there's no such thing as practicing spending money. You better not go into the rest with some monopoly money. See, my wife over here, she can't send me to Walmart and say, hey man, the baby needs Pampers. And I go in there and they say, how you trying to pay? I'm paying in demo. That don't work like, it doesn't work like that. So I was kind of confused, but the whole thing was he's conditioning. You got to condition your mind when it comes down to money. You got to understand how money moves. And when you see 10 cents go to $1, you like, there's no way. This is from my cell phone, right? Right. When you see $1 go to 50, literally you're turning your cell phone into an ATM. Yep. But I went through a process where I was practicing. I practiced. See, I understood practicing because I played sports. I played basketball. I can't say sports, but I played basketball, right? And we practiced more than we played, right? In a season, you have what, 20 games? In a season, you also have 100 practices. So we practiced more than we played. So I understood that, you know, let me go ahead and practice. And here my cousin said, practice makes perfect. That's a lie. Now, your cousin said that. My mama said, practice does not make perfect. It makes permanent. Ain't nobody out here perfect but your Lord and Savior, right? Amen. That's it. Ain't nobody else out here perfect. Okay, so practice makes permanent. I just helped you out. Okay, fantastic. So here's the whole deal. As I was practicing, I'm building my confidence up. I'm building myself up. Okay. I'm seeing how this money is moving. All right. Now, I didn't even tell her what was going on yet because it wasn't the real money. There wasn't no real money yet. All right. So, I don't want to go to her and say, I got some demo money going on here. And she asked me, well, how do you spend it? Your ass can't. You can't spend it. Okay. I'm just practicing here, right? So I'm practicing. Man, I'm practicing for 6-7 months. I'm practicing, but I'm loving what's going on here. Following steps. And I go to my live account. Most folks think that you have to put in a lot of money. You got to put in a lot of money for you to make some money. And he tells me, man, I just want you to put in $100 into this Forex account, into your broker, okay? So I'm like, $100? Well, cool. Yeah, I want you to put in $100. And we're going to start at $100 and then we're going to grow it. Now, this is some great information. put in $100, and at the end of the week, the $100 went to 110. So I made $10. Now, let me ask you this right here.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Don't be naive. Don't be silly. Don't sit on here and say, man, $10 ain't no money. If you got $100 in your bank account, I don't know, whatever bank you in, if you put $100 in there on Monday, if you check it on Friday, guess what you're gonna have in there?
$100.
$100. And guess what? If you put $100 in there and leave it in there for a year, guess how much you're gonna have at the end of the year? $100.
I don't know.
And now you're gonna have $101.
$101.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that's how money, that, like, if you want to know what some money doing in your bank, okay, and for all you church people out there, right? All right. What about the man that says, you know what? Hey, y'all three come over here. The store didn't quite go like this, but he said, hey, three of y'all come over here. I'm gonna give you this talent, right? And then I'm gonna give you this talent, and I'm gonna give you this talent also. Okay, he gave it to three of them, and I could be messing up the whole story. I don't know, man. Somebody gonna correct me. Yeah, I am. I'm messing the whole story. All right, but y'all just stay with me, man. He gave talent to three people, and two of them multiplied the talent. Two of them did. He said, you know what, man, you gave it to me. I did this with it, and then guess what? I got more of the talent, man. I did well. The man said, you know what, bro, you did good, man. You know what you're doing. Appreciate you, bro. You know what? You're gonna be a star. He probably didn't say that, but he told the man that he did well. Another dude came over there, right? We talking about talent, right? He said, oh, you know what? What you gave me, I did well with it. Okay, I multiplied that money. Okay, and guess what, man? We got some more money out this whole deal. Then we had a dummy over there. We had a dummy. There's always a dummy somewhere, and said, hey, you know what you gave me? I put it in my hand. I folded it up, threw some dirt over it. I kept it in a safe place so nobody would get it. And I kept it real safe for you. So here you go, right here. The man who we gave it to said, you just as sorry as you want to be. You don't know what's going on with no money. What you did was the worst thing to do with your money. You ever got some folks, man, you know what, man, I'm just gonna hold on to what I got. And you can't hold on to what you got, because guess what? You got to get some gas. Somebody got to eat. You got to go buy tissue. You got to do everything that you need, so you can't hold on to what you got.
Right.
It ain't gonna happen. But the other two folks who took some money, some talents, whatever they did, and turned it over, they did right. Yeah. Okay. Now let's get back to my story. Fantastic. Cool. And I know I'm talking a lot, man. I've had a good day. Look here. Back to the whole story. I'm up here, all right, and I'm practicing. Now, at the time, okay, I'm like, man, this right here is amazing. I go to my live account. Now, this was one time I did not pay attention to. Said, man, continue to trade at 10 cents. But it actually worked out in my favor. He said, continue to trade at 10 cents, okay? And I just turned 10 cents into $10 in a week. Getting in, getting out, getting in, getting out. So, and with my wife, we're chilling out or whatever, and I'm seeing this trade, GBP USD, the Great Britain pound versus the US dollar. And I said, man, this right here looks pretty good. So I put in 30 cents. Now, 30 cents along with this $100 that I have in this live trading account. 30 cents, right? And I'll fall asleep. And I'll wake up and I got $18 added on to the $10 that I had in there. Now, I just wanted to put you on some. Now the account has gone from 100 to 110 to now it's at 128. she's wondering why I'm smiling like this. Like, y'all ever seen like this? I'm smiling like the cat on Alice in Wonderland. Y'all know that cat. Listen, I'm smiling so big because I made money in my sleep.
Like you ate a banana sideways.
I made money in my sleep, and I'm like, man, there's no way. Like, there's no way. I made money in my sleep, and I didn't have to go and talk to somebody about it. I didn't have to go and recruit somebody. I didn't have to go out there and say, hey, man, if you buy this product, it's going to make you do this. It's going to make you jump higher, or it's going to make your organs feel like balloons or whatever. I didn't have to talk to nobody for me to go make some money. I made the money in my sleep. I learned something, then I made some money. Okay. So for everyone who's thinking that you need a lot of money to do something, you really don't need a whole lot of money.
Yeah.
Right? So now I'm at 128. So now what I showed her, now she's gone from, man, I don't know about that whole deal. Right? And guess what? She's a woman who has a college degree, has a master's, and was working on her doctorate. Okay. Did I say that right?
Doctorate, yeah.
Fantastic. I told you, I'm not that smart. I just look like this, but you know what I'm saying? So she never was the one to say, oh man, I ain't doing that, man. I got all these degrees and I ain't gotta look at that. That's why I love her so much, because she was always humble and always just said, you know what, man, I don't know what you're doing, but you gotta be doing something because you laugh, you smile. Like, you gotta be doing something. And one thing I know, and she knows this also, I was never gonna lead her somewhere where she was gonna have to fight for her life to get out of. Right? I ain't gonna never lead you down no foxhole where you're gonna have to crawl out of. And I never threw this on her. I never threw it on her at all. Like, me and her been friends forever. So she like, man, what you doing? Yeah, man, I'm doing this. So I never threw it on her. Right? $18 my sleep. $18 moved her into action because I got it in my sleep. And guess what? Her father, millionaire guy, millionaire mindset. I already talked to her. I already taught her a few things. So when she recognized the thing, she was like, man, let me just dig more into it. Now, a woman, they investigate a lot more in detail than a man does. Yeah. A woman gonna find out what's going on, man. Let me see what's going on, man. Who showed you this? What's the definition of this? See, Forex is short for the foreign exchange market. We can't write it on here, but it's on there somewhere. The foreign exchange market, okay? And it's short for that. Like Forex is short for the foreign exchange market. So here's the whole deal with the foreign exchange market, okay? Let's say somebody on here has a passport and you say, man, you know what? I want to go over to one of my favorite places, Mexico. You want to go over to Mexico. Well, over there in Mexico, you have to spend pesos, right? Like right now, the peso is 19.5 to 1, right? So it's 19.5 pesos to our $1. Okay, go over there, give them folks, go to the exchange place, give them $100. They're going to give you back 1950, whatever. Okay, fantastic. So let's just say this. Let's just say on your way back, when you come back to America, the money has went up some more. The Mexican peso has went up to, I don't know, 20.5. Now your money has made some more money. Like now you've gotten more money, if that makes sense to you. All right. So I'm always in the game for, man, what's the money looking like over there? What's just going on here? Now, she and I, we study money. We know that in Canada, one of her favorite pairs is the USD versus the Canadian dollar. She knows that if the Canadian dollar is going down, chances are the gas price going down. If I take you to a chart right now, and I take you to The USD Canada, you're gonna say, ain't no way he knows this. I told y'all I just look like this. Yeah, I know. I know what's going on. Go ahead and share your screen for me. I told you I don't know about all this kind of stuff right here. I'm kind of operating like your pastor do, who don't want to read his Bible. He say, "Oh, brother, so and so, I want you to go to the book of," because he don't want to read. So that's how I'm operating, right? Yeah, go ahead and put the chart on for them so they can. Yeah, I don't know how to operate all this stuff, right? Okay, cool. So as you guys can see, all right, Pastor so-and-so, I don't know his name, but as you guys can see that for the past couple of days or whatever, this is a daily chart. Well, go down to the hour time frame. So as you guys can see that price has been going down. It's been going down. So guess what, man? Some of your gas prices been going down, right? Just depends on where you at, I guess. This thing's been going up. Now they don't want to see your market chart, or they just want to see where the price is going, right? Okay. She want to show y'all.
I know. I was just putting those two lines.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah. So that's it right there. So let me just tell you guys. Let me just tell you guys. The dollar has been crazy too. The dollar's been going up and down also. But for the most part, if she goes to a weekly chart, the dollar has been king. And I told someone this, the dollar has been buying. The dollar has been kicking butt. I can't say what I normally say. The dollar has been kicking butt. All right. It's been on the rise. On the rise. Okay. For quite a while, since let's say 2021. And I know we're in 2022 right now. So all year the dollar has been on the rise. Guess what? I would not have known that if I wasn't on the search to learn about money, right, or to seek what's going on exactly with money, right? I've been actually blessed to understand the thing about humbleness. And if you don't understand the thing about humbleness, God can show you about some humbleness, right? Okay. The thing about this whole humbleness thing, and I'll just rewind just a little bit. When my beautiful mother was here on earth, because to me, she's, when she was on earth and everything, we were having conversations, and I was just telling her that, man, you know what? I think I found something that I enjoy. That I enjoy just as much as basketball. Okay, I was telling her that, man, I found something that I enjoy just as much as basketball, and she was like, "There's no way." I said, "Yeah, man, I think I enjoy it because here's the whole thing. It's me versus me. It's me versus my mind, my discipline. In order for you to play any kind of sports, man, you got to have some patience and you got to have some discipline with the whole deal." And I said, man, I think I found something, right? And we were talking about places that she wanted to go. And we're talking about getting a passport, and we're talking about this and that, whatever. And I said, man, you know what? I know what's about to happen. This right here is about to change not only my life, it's about to change your life. I'm serious. I had plans. On doing a great deal for my mother, right? Great deal, man. And the skill set, the knowledge that I was learning from the foreign exchange market, I was seeing this as retirement. And I still see it as that. Most folks like, oh, nah, man, listen, I'm seeing this as retirement. Anybody that's saying, oh, nah, it's because someone has come to you and they've bamboozled you, man, to thinking that this is a sham. And it's really not. Like, if you actually learn this skill, if you learn the skill man, this is an amazing deal. But she and I were just having conversations about where she wanted to go and what she wanted to do. And the plans that I had, the Most High God had other plans for her. Now, I can promise you this right here. God always in control, all right? Like, always in control with that, whatever. So my whole deal was this. It was, man, you know what? I'm in a place to where I don't know what I'm gonna do, because the woman that I wanted to do it to show her, and I've been a lot of places, and she would say, man, you've been to some beautiful places. And I want to show her a number of those places, all right? And wasn't able to. But on the flip side of that, guess what? She's always with me. So some of the places that I was still going, she was still there in a way. But the ultimate place that all of us want to be in is a place that she's in afterwards.
Amen.
Right? That's in heaven, okay, where the streets of gold and all that good stuff. Okay. And that's just what it was. So God had other plans. So with that right there being said, that right there derailed me. It derailed me from my progress, from moving forward to what I wanted to do as far as continuing to trade. I was in a deep depression. I just didn't know what to do. All right. And moving forward, I didn't trade for a while. I didn't trade, I didn't practice. I was just looking at the charts. I still knew what was going on, but I didn't do nothing for a while. Thank goodness that my wife over here now, she was still trading. She was still doing some stuff. She was keeping me afloat. She was keeping me, I can't say keep me afloat, but like mentally, she was there like, hey man, I'm here, blah, 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 no rush, this and that, whatever. And I was sneaking over there looking at her trading account. She done made $2,500 in 2 weeks. Right? Now, mentally, I still can't function what's going on. Like, there's no way. There's no way. You know what I'm saying? That someone is gone, like has left my life, right? There's no way. Right? Look over there again. This girl that made $1,500 in a week and a half. So now I'm like, money is moving. What I'm trying to tell you is this right here. What I saw, the vision that I saw with the foreign exchange market, and me introducing it to a friend who is now my wife, me introducing it to a woman who has a college degree, who has her master's, who has her college doctorate and all that. She saw an opportunity to say, I'm gonna turn my cell phone into an ATM machine. It ain't too many folks out here who are making $2,500 in 2 weeks from their cell phone. It ain't too many folks there who are making $4,000 in 3 weeks. But now you know somebody. She on the call, right? Yeah. So now you know somebody, right? And the whole time I'm seeing it. I'm seeing what she's doing, and I can't move because I'm still like mentally, boom. It took me a whole year and a half. It took me a year and a half, man, just a little bit longer to shake what was off of me. Still, I mean, I still shake. I still, if I smell something the other day while I was at the airport, I smelled something. And it was perfume. I got up out of my seat and I started looking around like anything, you know what I'm saying? But guess what, man? Hey, I take it as God saying, hey, man, she's still right here, bro. Or I take her saying, dude, what's up? Whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I had a church person, somebody tell me, God told me to tell you. Man, look here, man. If you know who my both my grandmothers was, if you knew who my mama was, if you knew who my cousin was, man, you wouldn't be saying all that. I mean, come on, man. God told me to tell you. I said, man, look here. If it's streets of gold up there, you think God got three-way calling? You think God ain't got three-way calling, bro? Why he telling you that? If they got streets of gold,
I swear.
man, don't come to me with all that old kind of stuff.
I promise you this.
God told me to tell you, you need to stay away from that foreign exchange commodity.
Go ahead.
Hey, I'm gonna get off here for a little while, man. I'll talk a whole lot, man. Like I said, I've been in a good day, but she's a whole lot more detailed than I am. I got my daughter in listen here. One other great thing about Forex is this right here. Our daughter, guess what? She knows how to buy and sell. She comes in here having conversations about vending machines, investments, doing all kind of stuff. Breaking away from the old traditional. You gotta go to school, get good grades, get a good job, and then they can plan another pandemic.
Okay.
They can plan another pandemic, and then you'll be around here scratching your head, talking about, man, what am I gonna do? Nah, man, we gotta.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, man, somebody on here is talking about we echoing, and I'm echoing because of what she did.
Yeah, what I did. I will apologize.
I don't want to echo.
Well, just you gotta be yourself. That's
I'm talking. You yours.
It's muted. I was unmuted while you was muted. I was trying to time it with you.
Nah, man. Okay. What I was saying was this. Our daughter, all right, before I was echoing, okay? I was echoing, right? She knows about investments. She knows about how to buy and sell in the market, but this was taught. Like, this is like, we're not going by the old traditional, you got to go to school, you got to get good grades, you can go out there and get a good job. We're not going by the whole deal. She comes in here, talks about wanting to invest in vending machines and this and that. The old ways of making money, it doesn't work. It works, but it really doesn't work, man. And I'm just blessed to have someone who not only I love, but we on the same page of how raising our children and how we going about life as well. And everything that we do, all that glory go to God. You know, glory be to God, man. It ain't none of us, it's all of him. You know what I'm saying? So that's why when we hear some foolishness, when we hear some nonsense about anything like that, that ain't in our covenant. Now I'm not gonna accept what you're saying. I hear you, but I ain't gonna listen to you if that makes sense to you.
Okay.
Right? I'm gonna get out y'all way. I'm gonna let Miss Jewel Jones, who had her microphone on that had me echoing, I'm gonna let her go ahead and do whatever she gonna do. I appreciate y'all.
I was trying to move when you move. That's what I was trying to do. I was trying to move when you move. That's all I was trying to do. But yeah, I mean, we wanted to definitely just hop on here and you gotta mute your computer and we just definitely want to, give some great information, because I think that a lot of people when we come on here and we do actually together, because we teach support and resistance, and we have some other things that we are actually doing together. And so we work together and we do this together. And I think, I'm very appreciative that he showed me how to actually do this skill set. And so I was able to be around a whole lot of different people that definitely showed me how to do things in an amazing way. And so one thing that we have to understand is that, of course, we all have different trading styles, and he has his journey that he went on through this, you know, how he learned Forex. And when he introduced it to me, I went on a similar journey, but I lost my father while I was actually learning how to trade Forex. So I was going through that journey. I was a single mother at one point. I was, you know, trading my time for money. Like I was just, it was very, very hard for me during that time, because I was like, the only thing that I understood was, man, I got to go to work. I got to do this for my children. I got to do this for my child. I got to do this for my child. It wasn't even about me anymore. So I just really, I had a hard time trying to understand. And so a lot of people, especially a lot of women, they come to me and they ask questions like, well, how are you able to trade? How are you able to do this and go to work? And, you know, you got to cook, you got to take care of your house. You got to be a wife. You got to be this, you know? So at the time I wasn't a wife. I was, you know, just a friend. And I was a single mom, and I had to go to work. I had to come home. I had to cook. I had to make sure we had something to eat. I had to clean clothes. I had to clean the house. I had to get back up and do it again. And I had to find time for myself. And so a lot of things people that have to understand is that you have to, I don't like the word sacrifice, because I think when you use sacrifice, you're taking away something, right? You are empty. You're being empty. So I try to use the word invest instead of sacrifice. Like sometimes you do sacrifice some things for the greater good, right? For something better for yourself. But I like to now use the word, well, you know, look, I invested in myself, or I took this time to make an investment within myself. So of course I had to study. Of course I had to make time. Of course I had to do things like I made time to go to the club. I made time to go and buy things that I really didn't need. I made time to, you know, go out, go have drinks with my friends. So why can't I make time to learn something that's going to set me longevity, like, you know, long term? Because I didn't look at it like, oh, I got to make this money now, because I did, but I didn't. Like I was looking at it like, man, when I started really researching Forex, and I was like, man, people making millions of dollars. So you got people who making millions of dollars, like millions of dollars. Like the only people that I knew make millions of dollars were like stockbrokers, stock exchange, athletes, drug dealers, right?
Yeah.
So, and I was like, wow, like, man, like, okay. And I'm not talking about 1 or 2 million. I'm talking about these folks making millions. Like these people are making multi-million, like 9 figures. Like we talking about for real life, consistent $1 million. Like our mentor, he had 2, not 1, but $2 million days. Like, I don't know how many people don't understand it, what I just said, but I'm gonna say it again for everybody in the back. Our mentor had $2 million days. He made $1 million one day. He turned around and made $1 million another day. I don't understand, right? So I know that there's people out here that's doing these type of things, and we are connected to that person. So how you learn something, how you do something, like, you know what I'm saying, you learn how to do the skill. So when I learned how to do the skill, I had to figure out, I got to make this long term. I don't need nobody to walk up to me and say, well, Jewel, you've been trading for 3 years, you've been trading 4 years, where your money is? It's there. I don't have to show my money. I don't need to post up and do all that, but I got it. It's there, right? It's longevity. It's sometimes it takes people 3 or 4 years to actually get to understanding about Forex, because Forex is just not about just understanding how to mark up a chart. It's also how you change your mindset. It's also how you're able to open up and understand things about yourself. You have to read the certain kind of books. You have to learn certain type of things. And that's what one of the things, you know, he understood. Like he put books in my face. He was like, man, look, read this book, Outwitting the Devil, one of the first books he gave me. And when he gave me that book, it blew my mind, right? I was like, oh, Trading the Zone. That's another great book. I was like, man, hold on. The Power of Positive Thinking. Like all these books started coming to my mind. And so I started understanding, man, this is bigger than Forex. This is bigger than a dollar. This is about me as a person. It's about me creating another jewel, right? I need to tap into another person so I can become that 9-figure girl. I can become that 9-figure woman. I can become a single mother who was trying to figure things out. No matter how many degrees I had, I still became a statistic of that. Having a mother, being a single mother, trying to figure out a way, not having a lot of support, but trying to figure out how I can maneuver through life and still have time for myself and my child. And I wasn't able to do that. So now learning how to trade with this skill set, I've learned ways to create money for myself. And like you said, when I started my trading account, my mentor said, oh yeah, put $100 in there. I put 50 because I just had to be different. And the first time that I put $50 into my trading account, I turned into over $1,000 within a week, within like 3 weeks. So once I realized that happened, I was like, man, I gotta go full force, full in. But the information is there, and my husband and I, we trade, and we take this, we put time and we put our energy into this. And just like we show about, trading, we know what we're doing, right? So we want to have people informed. Like Forex is real as it can be. Like, I'm not on Instagram with long nails and, I ain't got no, I'm really authentic. And I'm not saying people long nails are not authentic, but with us, it's not no dog and pony show, right? We give the real, we give authenticity, and we're genuine people, and we know how to trade, and we can put you in the right direction, because it's not about, oh, well, if I invest with you, what's your, like you say, what's your credibility? What can you do? Man, the thing is, when people ask you for a receipt, they not for real, right? Because the thing is, if people have been following us and people been on our Facebook or whatever, they know what we've been doing. They see what we've been doing. So the thing is, you'd rather go out and pay $200, $300, $400 for some pair of shoes every time they come out, but you won't invest in yourself to say, man, look, let me try to figure out how to learn the skill set so I can 3-4 years down the line, I can invest. I can put some money here that's gonna grow for me, or I can, when we have another shutdown, or probably not, but if anything like that happens, I'm able to still buy or sell. I don't care what the cryptocurrency market is doing. See, crypto right now is doing a big crash. So guess what? While y'all losing y'all money in cryptocurrency, we still making money. So it don't matter if things go up or go down, you still can make money, go up or go down. So, we wanted to definitely,
well, buying or selling.
Buying or selling. So what doesn't matter if it's buying or if it's selling, we still are able to, we're still able to, do whatever we want to do. So I just wanted to we wanted to definitely get on here, and I'm just going to show something really, really quick. As far, we about to get up. As far as 54 minutes, 30 about an hour. So definitely, you all can clearly see that this is Bitcoin that I got up, and whatever that we're trying to do, like, I'm not big in Bitcoin. He knows more about Bitcoin, but I have actually traded a few cryptocurrencies, XRP, not really into Bitcoin, but it doesn't matter where we are. We can mark up a chart and we can get into the trade, whether it's going up or whether it's going down, right? You just have to take the time out, buying or selling. You just have to take the time out to link up with people who are authentic like ourselves and can actually show you how to trade this, learn this skill set, because it's really all about learning. It's all about investing in yourself. And it's all about taking, just understanding that there's more than one way out here to make some money. And that's what we're doing. So,
but as far as Bitcoin, I really got Bitcoin going back down to, I think it's gonna go back down to another long way down.
Yeah.
But that's just my thoughts. And you knowing what you're doing, if you go to the weekly chart, I want you to go to the weekly chart for me. And as you can see, we're just gonna go from where it is right now.
It's crazy.
Come down just a little bit with that last weekend. Put you a horizontal line on that for me. All right, now right above, it's a wick, right above that. Good one up there. It's a wick. Come on up some more, just a little bit. Stop right there. Read that right there for me. I mean, I'm sorry. Hold on line there right there for me.
Right there.
Yes, please. All right. Now, we could possibly come right back up there and then have one more push down. Because if you look to your left, I want you to see where the heart, where it's lying at. You see that, right?
I do.
All right, cool. So now you can't go no further.
Yeah, I know.
You can't go no further than that. Like yeah, you just stop
Yeah,
right there.
it's right
You
here.
can't go no further than that. So if we do get another push down, and it goes down to anywhere, man, around 15, 12 and all that. Now, I know some folks who done got in early, right?
Right around here.
If it pushes down 15, 12, I'm gonna say go for the gusto. Listen, I had a chance, and I'm gonna say his name, Vincent Foots Evans. I had a chance back in 2012. All right, they were talking about about Bitcoin. Okay, me and my guy William Payne, we was, like I said, selling coffee, doing some more stuff, doing a whole lot more stuff. So the guy was like, "Man, you got to look at this Bitcoin." At the time, Bitcoin was only, let's say, about 2,000. It was like $2,000.
This is 2011.
This was 2011, 2012. I think it was like $2,000. So, long story short, if I would have just put $1,000 in it, see, the thing about money is this: I was gonna spend $1,000 anyway. In fact, I spent that $1,000 anyway. I don't know what I did. I probably went out the country and had a very good time. I don't know. But the $1,000, it went somewhere anyway. But what if I would have put that $1,000 into Bitcoin in 2012? Well, let's just go ahead and fast forward this. If I would have put $1,000, okay. If I would have put $1,000,
you know, they can't, you can unmute yourself.
If I would have put $1,000
unmute yourself.
in there.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, unmute yourself. I mean, the word's still playing, but you can unmute yourself.
Oh, so
they can hear me on.
I can hear me on
yours.
mine.
Okay, cool. All right. So if I would have put in $1,000
I'm looking at it right now.
back in 2011, all right, and it went up to, when did it get up to 20,000? No, yeah, well, when did it get up to 20,000? What year?
I'm not. I'm doing it right now. Let me.
Yeah, I want you to go way back there.
Now I can see.
That's at $100 and some dollars down there. Yeah, go up to like 2,000. Like go over some for me. Go over for me. All right, now go back to that to when it was at 2,000. Go down some for me. It's say 2,000 right now. No, yeah. Now go over to your left. All right. So it stayed at 2,000 for a while. It stayed at 2,000 for a long time. It stayed at it for like a long time. Okay. But I put in $2,000, I mean $1,000 in that deal. And it went up to 17K by when? You see it. We went up to 17K by when? It's up top where the horizontal line is. I know how to work it better than you don't. Back in 2017, and you know them folks would have had to give me at least 10 million. I let somebody's, at the time, I let somebody's negativity outweigh my positivity.
Yeah.
Like, I saw what was going on, and I was like, man, you know what? I got $1,000 to spare anyway. I'm telling you, man, like I had $1,000 to just, I wasn't like Oprah Winfrey. You get 1,000, you get 1,000. No, hey, you get 1,000. I wasn't on no Oprah Winfrey nonsense, but I had $1,000 to just say, yeah, man, let me go and let that just sit over there. But knowing me being who I am, I would have forgot that it was over there, because I be forgetting about money sometimes. I would have forgot that it's over there, and I would have saw the news, and news would have said Bitcoin is up 17 bands, and I probably would have fainted, because I know that Jewel Jones got a bankroll. I got some money. And now guess what? I done snatched some of that money out. But me being who I am, if it was at 10 million, I would have took 9,500,000 out. I would have took 9,500,000 out and said, now I'm playing with house money. Yeah, that's just who I am. I'm playing with house money now, man. That's it. But yeah, man, I let somebody's negativity outweigh my positivity.
Yeah.
Man, let me just tell y'all guys something, man. And we're gonna let y'all go.
We're gonna get on out the way.
Because it is Saturday night out there, man. You can't allow somebody who's, let's just say, making, I'm just gonna be modest. You can't let somebody who's making $30,000 a year stop you from making $30,000 a month.
Man, come on, man.
I'm serious, because that's happening.
Somebody making 30,000 want to tell you, and also trying to tell you how to make 40,000.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
you know how to make it? Because if you make it on 30,000,
So
that tell me how to make 40,000.
So that kind of stuff actually happens. Man, stay in your own lane, stay positive, read the right information, and man, just seek what you want to see. Man, like Forex is not for everybody. It's not it's not for everybody. You got to have some patience. You got to have some discipline.
Mm-hmm.
But I can say this right here. This woman over here has patience. She has discipline, and she's very much so knowledgeable. Okay. She has patience, she has discipline, and she's very much so knowledgeable of what's going on. So you can't go wrong. If you got any questions about anything, DM her.